Hey Dad. Hey, I was gonna write you a letter or an email, but then I felt like a video might be kind of an awesome way to share with you. That way you could hear my voice and you could see my face and see um, my subtle expressions and my love for you that I want to express. And yeah, I just wanted to send you a few little messages because it seems like we haven't talked for a while or been together for a little while. Um, it's been a while. So, yeah, I'm hoping that this finds you well and that you're doing as well as you can right now. We missed you for Thanksgiving, missed seeing the family, and that was kind of strange. It was a strange holiday, but it was good, but it was different. Um, Scott and I are used to being the hosts of our big family dinners, and we've had, you know, a long tradition for the last little while of being together, for Christmas and Thanksgiving. And this year, it was just Scott and I, and so it was a little bit, yeah, it was just different, and I did feel a little bit of melancholy, but I also did feel grateful for the memories that we have had and the connections in our past and our family dinners of Thanksgiving past, and especially last year when we got together um, downstairs in our home and had hosted the family here. So I was just grateful that we were able to do that last year while we had the chance, and you know, it's just yeah, I've just been feeling a little bit sad, feeling separated and isolated from the family lately. But I know that this is just a part of our journey, and sometimes we're not always going the same roads together, but sometimes they intersect and we'll meet again, you know. But I am feeling a little bit sad. And I just wanted to tell you that I miss you and I love you, and that you mean a lot to me. And that it did mean a lot to me to have you call me a couple months ago and reach out and tell me that you love me. And that would never change. So thank you. And I wanted to express the same to you. And just let you know of my appreciation and my gratitude and my acceptance of you. And just wanted to tell you how much you mean to me and what you have meant to me in my life and in my heart and on this journey. You've been a really big one, a huge influence in my life. And you were my lifeline when I was a kid in a lot of ways. And just wanted to share with you some of the fond memories I have. And I have shared before with you how much it meant to me that you were there for me and my sisters when we were kids, and that you were a very loving and kind and gentle and present, giving dad. And I wouldn't be the same person I am today if it weren't for your love, care, and guidance, and your emotional intelligence and your empathy, and just for you and all your ways and how you showed up for us and what you were able to give, offer, share, and be for us, be for me. And one of those things that I really appreciate, and I have definitely appreciated more this year um, was the love of reading that you instilled in us, and especially like in me, reading us the Greek myths and the fairy tales and all the fun stories like C.S. Lewis, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe series, Chronicles of Narnia series, and all of that helped foster our creativity and our imagination. And I associate books with affection and love because that was our quality time together. And I have all these books around me, and they all remind me of you. Have a Dolores Greek myths here. I still have my old copy from when I was a kid, but it's missing the cover. And this is one that Victoria was giving away, and so I decided to take it because it's meaningful to me. And so now I have a paper book cover, or a paper book too. And I also have one of my favorite books here by C.S. Lewis, Till We Have Faces, A Myth Retold. That's one of my, definite favorite stories from when I was younger. It's made a big impression on me. And like all the books and all the wisdom and all the love that you've shared with me over the years and since I was a child, and especially, and even the last few years too, you shared a lot of books with me and a lot of love with me, and I thank you for that. And so, I do appreciate that. And I appreciate the time you took with us to listen and to tuck us in at night and to read us stories and to take us to the park to play. And I appreciate your sense of humor and your lightness and your brightness and your willingness to always be there and offer hugs and affection and a listening ear. And I did appreciate your open mind that you had, and your compassion and your empathy for others, and your willingness to be vulnerable and share, and also your deep introspection and how important it was for you to record things in your journal and to look at yourself and to look at your own stuff, and your appreciation and your dedication to the family and devotion to learning and to growing and to helping others and to serving others. And I really admire like your work that you've done with the religious transition group. Here's Abby. Abby's coming to say hi. Hey, Abby. And I actually have a binder here, and there's the Gnostic, the Gnostic Gospels that you looked into. Like I was remembering those, and then like also like how for scripture study when we were younger, you got the King or the modern. I think it was the modern English or of the King James Version and whatnot to make it a little bit more translatable to us when we were kids. And I remember like maybe in 2016 you had shared with me Thunder Perfect Mind, and printed it out at your house, and I have this copy of it in my journal from 2017. And I remember like reading that like for the first couple times, like it really did make me cry because it stirred something within me. That's just some of the things that I appreciate, and then I just kind of associate, and I think of you. And then also I have this what you had written about religious transition, the religious transition groups, and I just remember, yeah, how you were fascinated with the Carl Jung's work and Jungian modalities and like the personality tests, like the Myers Briggs and all of that, because like that's so fascinating to me, like all of that, like to know thyself, to love thyself, to heal thyself. And so I just wanted to say thank you for being like such a lighthouse in my life, in my world, because I always looked up to you, and I still do. And I'm so very grateful that I did. And that I do have you as father. Because I don't know if I would be here too if it wasn't for you, and if I didn't have that, lifeline in my life. Where I know you do love me unconditionally, and you always have. And so I just wanted to express those things and say thank you. So I also remember you telling me in my early 20s about the milligram experiment, and to question different things. And I have Obedience to Authority here by Stanley Milgram. And also Stanislav Grof that you shared with me like a decade or two ago, when you're looking into that kind of stuff, when the impossible happens. And that's one of my favorite books, because it really did open up a lot for me too, like at the time, when I was going through some different things, and I was experiencing different things. And of course I was an experimenter of psychedelics and mystical mystical visions and all those things. And I've always had a deep love of the spiritual. And yeah, I really do respect you and your work you've done on yourself and to help serve others. And yeah, to live according to like your conscience and things like that. So I just wanted to say, it's been a little bit hard for me. And I know it's been hard for all of us this year, with what we've kind of had to work with and what we've seen playing out in the world through our own, experiences and our own lenses. And so I have been feeling a little conflicted and torn about a lot of things. But I know that in the scheme of things, everything's all right, and everything will be well, and all is well, and it shall be well. And so I'm just wishing everyone well. But I do want to express some of the pain that I have about some things happening with the family. And I know that we haven't had like a very close relationship for a while. And it's just kind of been a little bit difficult sometimes. But I do my best to listen and to engage and to offer what I can. But I don't know if I've been able to show up or express like really who I am with you, as much as I would have liked to, or in certain ways. I just think sometimes it's easier to listen and not make waves. But yeah, sometimes not using my voice has done a disservice to me, and it doesn't do a disservice to the other either. And so that's why I wanted to speak to you now. But I did want to offer like my love and my goodwill, and express like some of the pain that I'm feeling. And so where to start and where to begin. I guess the beginning is a good place to start, but sometimes it's hard to know where that is. But yeah, I have had some inner conflicts and some struggles, because I am an idealist, and you know this. I'm the tragic romantic. And the storyteller. And yeah, the stories. The stories meant so much to me because stories have always spoken to me. And yeah, they made sense to me in certain ways that the world didn't make sense, you know. They helped me make sense of the world because there was so much that didn't make sense about it. And you know, I've always been sensitive. It was really hard for me to be here. And I didn't really want to be here because there was so much pain and there was so much suffering. And so a lot of the time when I would check out, and sometimes my imagination was my sanctuary, my respite, and I am like grateful for that. But when I got to be older and, you know, things were going on with you and Mom, and she was having her emotional struggles and breakdowns, yeah, you did the best you could, and you were the rock, the glue of the family, and you did your best for me and my sisters to take care of us, and yeah, with all you had on your plate. And I know, yeah, that you just want the best for all of us. And I know your heart is good and true. And I appreciate all the things that you've shared with me, that you've been through, and some of your personal experiences that you've had in your life. You know, spiritual experiences and visitations from your grandpa, and those meaningful things that have, you know, very deep meaning to you, spending time with your dad the last couple years where you were able to caregive for him and heal some things between you and him and get some closure from certain childhood wounds and things. And yeah, I've always admired your emotional intelligence and your heart and your mind and your willingness and your determination and your dedication. Your willingness to help, to hold space for your daughters and for all those that you love, and for your hardworking ethics and engagement and all of that. So it just kind of really hurts right now that we can't really be together in certain ways, but I know it's okay. And I just want to say I'm really sorry that you've been in hurt and been in your own pain and been afraid as well. And I know you're just doing what you feel is best for you. And it was hard not to take it personally in certain ways because it feels personal in other ways. But yeah, I know you do love me, and I know that will never change. So I thank you, and I love you. And I just wanted you to know, because life is short and we don't know what tomorrow brings or where it will go, you know, where we'll be. And so since you're here and I'm here, we're here together. I just wanted to let you know. So there are a lot of things that I've been grieving, and there's some things that have come up this year in the last couple months too, old memories and things. And I just want you to know I don't blame you for anything. I don't blame Mom for anything. I don't blame my sisters for anything, and I don't blame myself for anything. And looking at those things, yeah, I got to see like where I needed, you know, some attention and some healing, and certain things came up, and I've been seeing certain patterns play out in the family, and yeah, that relate to certain wounds
old generational trauma and patterns and wounds that come up through uh, some of these archetypes and these dynamics and that we've had and that we've learned in our relationships. And so it's been really interesting and insightful. And I know, like, uh, it just is what it is, and it's just meant to be that, for all of us, so we can grow and heal and learn. And I do want to acknowledge that, and I do, yeah. I just want to remind you that there's always more than two sides to a story, and I have felt some condemnation and some rejection and some judgment, and yeah, rejection from certain members of the family. But I know we've been afraid and we've been angry and we've been, yeah, feeling the need for safety and belonging, and yeah, that has a lot to do with it. And so I was just, yeah, doing my best this year um, to sort some things out and to see more clearly about what's mine and what's not, and what's my responsibility, and just kind of trying to wrestle with my Nemean lion and clean out my Aegean stables. It's been hard work, but it's been a blessing and a gift that I've got to choose for myself. And so I just wanted to share with you, like, if and when you're ready, like, if you want to understand some of what I've been going through and some of my journey, and maybe listen from the neutral witness from that point of view, maybe there will be understanding, or there will be room for another perspective, or maybe for my experience and my perspectives on uh, what I've been through and what I'm working with and what I'm playing with. And so yeah, thanks for being a big part of my journey. And yeah, playing that role for me in a lot of ways, the father and the teacher and the protector. And yeah, I really have idealized you in a lot of ways. And I know you're human too. And yeah, I would want to protect you from pain as well, you know. And I don't wish you anything but wellness and happiness and freedom and what everything you need, for yourself. So I just wanted to express that, and I bless us, and I bless all of our relationships, and I bless our family, and I send love to our whole family. I send love to our loved ones that have passed, and to our loved ones that are here with us, not maybe physically, but in spirit, you know. So, anyways, maybe there'll be more later to share, but for now, I think that's enough, and I just wanted to share those things with you because you'll always mean so much to me, and life is unpredictable. So, thank you for being you, and thank you for being a part of my life, and thank you for being a part of me. Thank you for being and holding so much for me, and showing me, and teaching me, and guiding me in and through always of being. So I love you, I bless you, I thank you, I praise you. And even though there's nothing to forgive, I do forgive you. And I ask for forgiveness too. I love you. Okay, Dad, be well. Take good care of yourself. I love you always. Bye for now.